From a reclined posture, maybe semi-supine with something supporting the legs, arms by the sides, and focusing first on the right hand and the right hand fingers, and allowing some really small and gentle movements to develop through the fingers, rather like a seaweed plant tethered to the floor of the sea. Some flowing movements as if these seaweed leaves are being carried by the current, exploring the space around them, making these movements as fluid as possible, allowing the whole hand to get involved after a while. All the time, fluid, explorative movements, nice and slow and easy. Let the whole of the forearm explore the space around it. Nice and slow. And eventually maybe the elbow leaving the ground so that the arm can explore even more space around it. Still flowing, still smooth, as gentle as you need to be. And if the shoulder doesn't like the arm going in any particular direction, then avoid that movement. Just stay easy. Mind completely focused on the right arm. When the arm begins to tire, you can gradually make your way back to the ground. There's no hurry. When the arm does eventually come to ground, gently releasing it into the support of the ground beneath and coming back to complete body stillness just for a moment or two. And then transferring your attention into the left hand, allowing those left fingers to do the same thing, curling, exploring, as if the sea current is moving the left hand, as if the left hand is now your seaweed plant. And as the whole hand gets involved, forearm lifting away from the ground so that those movements can gradually get bigger. And just as you did on the right hand side, maybe the elbow begins lifting away from the sea floor, and the arm can explore even more space. Attention fully in that left arm as it explores. Behind, across the body, around the body. As the arm begins to tire, starts making its way back to the support beneath, back to rest, and taking a few moments to feel both arms, both shoulders, and then transferring your attention to the right foot, allowing the right toes to lift and wriggle, right foot up onto the balls of the foot, up onto the heels, feeling as much mobility through just the right foot as possible. and maybe the right foot lifts away from the support beneath to feel the ankle rotating, and maybe the leg extends and moves. Your attention fully in the right foot, right leg, and all the joints that make up the right leg, from the hip to the tips of the toes. What movements are possible here on this side? And as you get tired, maybe bringing that right leg back to the support beneath. As the right foot comes to stillness, pause for a moment and then refocus attention on the left foot, lifting and wiggling toes and exploring movement possible through the left foot and the left ankle. And then as that foot maybe comes away from the ground, how much movement is possible through the length of the left leg, from toes, ankle, through knee, maybe into the hip. And as this leg tires, gradually taking the foot back to the support beneath and coming to stillness. And then shifting the attention to pelvic floor and tummy muscles, engaging and releasing, and feeling a bit of a rock into the pelvis, rocking backwards and forwards, and feeling this rocking in the low end of the spine. And coming back to stillness again, arms relaxed by the sides. And then allowing both arms to drift away from the ground any amount. It could be a matter of millimeters, and back to the ground again, maybe much higher up. Maybe inhaling the arms up and away from the ground, and exhaling as you lower. Imagine these arms floating effortlessly away from the ground and floating gradually back to the ground. Maybe distance travelled gets a little further with each lift. And it may be that as you bring the arms up, you might be able to release them back to the ground behind. And when you get tired, allowing the arms to rest down by the sides again. And from here, take a moment before bringing the knees in over the tummy, one hand on top of each knee, and rotating the knees now using the hands as the knees move in opposite circular directions. Feel it flowing through both hips, a few times in one direction and then reversing. And as the knees come together, gently lower those feet back to the support beneath. arms by the sides. And inviting you here now to imagine that your breath could flow up and down the length of your spine. Imagine breathing in from your tail right the way up the spine to the crown of the head. Breathing out from the crown of the head to the tail. So it's your natural breath. As you inhale, imagine you can see your breath flowing from tail to crown, crown to tail. Continuing with the breath in this way.